if you're using these foam pads on your Juco and you've got the speed really high and it's dry, it can cause a lot of heat and a lot of friction. And what that heat and friction rules will heat up, and you'll end up getting burning the clear off, and you'll see the base coat of the paint, because all these cars today they're sprayed a base coat, clear coat system. So the paint, what you put on there, what you actually spray is just a single stage paint that you mix with thinners. And why you call it base coat, clear coat is because the hardener and the actual clear coat itself, what you mix together, that's why they call it, like, 2K paint. That's the explanation for it. So all cars today, they've got all base coat, clear coat system. So they're a 2K paint. The clear's mixed with a hardener. That's where they call it 2K. Some people call it 2-pack paint. It's hard to understand when people talk like that. So if you just say 2K paint, if you go to a paint shop and you want to get paint, just tell them you want a base coat, clear coat system. So, and I won't go into all this in the detail today, but if you've got older paint on cars, like I don't know, 80s or 90s, 80s and that a lot of the paint's acrylic. So when you go to put this base coat on, or do anything with 2K thinners, you actually get fry ups. And what a fry up is it'll be just like all the paint will be all just fried up and it'll be all shriveled around the outside of the edge, and that's where you can come into a lot of problems with that. And that's what I've had in the past. But if you ever do respraying on a car like this, like a base coat, clear coat system, you have, if you sand this guard down like here, you have to put primer down first over that area where you've done the repair. But ideally you're better off to prime the whole guard, but obviously if you're doing a blend or something, that's not going to be possible. But if you do body work here, you have to prime that whole area, this whole piece, to seal all that up. Otherwise you're going to get a reaction if you do stuff like that. It's all a learning curve, that's how I've learnt. But yeah, just be careful if you use machining, like any power tools, to actually get this stuff out. And this is just doing it by hand. This cutting compound's actually got it's got what do I call it? It's got like a little bit of grime in it to make it sort of gritty. That's what cuts into it. You get different grades, and different companies make different grades of this stuff. Just if you're using like a big buffer with a foam or wool pad, and you go back with some Fords here, you got to be careful because you'll get swell marks in your Juco. And how to get them out is you have to polish it with a buffer, or get Freeham swell remover. They make a product for it. So just be careful if you're going to use a buffer on your doors. If you're going to do all your doors and that, and you go crazy on your car, just keep that in mind, that when you stand back in the sun, you'll see all these swells through it. And that's the reason why you get them swells, is because the actual buffer is putting in it. It's how you're using it too. It puts the swells in it. So let's just see. Just rub this off and we'll see. These are microfiber cloths, just to rub this cutting compound off. And look at that, it looks like it's out. Oh, that's a bloody lifesaver. Look at that, we haven't even got the mark in it. The mark is gone. That is awesome. So, that's really good. See? All you did have to do it with your hand. Now you might be able to still see a little bit. I think there might be a little bit just there. We'll do that. And I've got another part on the car, so I'm going to take you in and show you. Is this bumper. I'm going to show you. We're going to try and get this stuff off to clean up this bumper bar where they hit something. Now a lot of this stuff, some of this lighter stuff should come off. The other stuff, the more deeper stuff won't. But we'll just focus on this for the time being, and I'll give this another go. All I'm doing is using on a polishing pad. That's all they are. Don't worry about what the name says. just as long as they're you can use that. And this won't hurt your Duco by doing this, like just by hand. Just don't go doing it too much, only do it to the affected area, so don't go getting overly excited and start using power tools and all that, because you don't need all that. And if you ever get this stuff, if you ever get this stuff on black plastic, make sure you get this stuff off pretty quickly, because when that dries, bloody hell, that's hard to get off. You get this compound on that, so it's another thing too, just to be aware of. But it looks like a dog's jumped on here, and just with some elbow grease, we might be able to get it to shine up a bit, so it looks a lot better. And this car is this is all factory paint. Like, this has had no touch-ups or nothing on it. So you can see another scratch. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. You can see a couple of scratches through here too. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just wipe this off. And we'll see about our scratches. It looks like our scratches are gone. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. You can only just faintly see them scratches now, and that's all just done by hand. And what I'll do is, after I've done this, I've gone around, I see these areas that just need some work, like around here. Well, I'll use some wax, not polish, because like when you use cotton compound stuff, that's not actually, there's no wax in it, so you're not protecting the Duco. All we're doing is buffing out the scratches, and then the Duco's left unprotected. So you just put our wax on there. Don't worry about what brand this is or anything, but I find this is good stuff. And it's just wax. You got to remember, whenever you put on the Duco, wax is to protect it from the weather. Polish is just to polish it up for defects in the paintwork. So scratches and that's what it is, just to bring it up. And I'll just keep on going here off camera. Oh, look, this is all pretty nice though. There was that mark there and it's gone, and there was a lot of scratches in here which is gone too. So what I'll do is, once I work all this, I'll bring this back when I'm doing that front bump, and I'll show you the next step. I'll yeah, you just apply this on the same applicator. All it is, I'll give you a look at what it looks like. It's just a paste, and this is the scratches in the front bump. I don't know if I can pick that up. You can see it properly in the camera. I'm trying to get this out. Right, just going to use our cutting compound. I'm not going to use no power tools or anything. And what I'll do is I'll spread it across it. Got to be careful to lean on here, because the car's only made of flimsy ass plastic, and we've got some down the bottom here. I'll put it around the bottom. I'll spread it all across. Now, it's not all going to come off in one go, so you're going to have to use a lot of elbow grease. obviously over here where the paint's actually come off, so that won't be coming out. And because I'm going to get the machine going, I'm going to have to sit here. So with these, you've got your foam pad, just connect that to that. And just put that into your drill. Oops. I think the pattern's come off that. I'll have to see if that other one's any good, but I've got. Once you put the compound on here, I'll put this on here, just move it round. Just keep it on the road. And just when you're doing this too, keep away from the edges and stuff, if you know what I mean. Because I'm going to show you right now. If you go to buff this, if you've got this drill going, and you go to see the lip on the guard here, see you got that ridge on these guards. If you go to buff this real hard, and this gets real hot, it'll end up taking that off the guard, the paint, the clear, and you'll get a burn through. So whenever you buff and keep away from these edges, because if it snags on these edges, like on the corners here, because they've got hardly any paint in that, on any of these corners, if that snags on the material, because this is spinning real hard and it gets real hot, it'll end up burning through, and then you'll have an eyesore on your car. I've got another couple of scuffs here that need looking at, but I thought I'd point that out while you're using this machine. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing can be, or it'd be handy. It's handy, but can also do more damage than good if you only learn. And you sort of, when you're buffing it, you sort of want to blend it in that whole area too, so it doesn't, like, you know, it doesn't stand out the rest of the whole car. And just take your time when you're doing it. See here where the paint's come off it. Here where it's been hit on that corner there, the paint's off. Same as here, the paint, there's no paint on here. The only way you can make this look any better if you touch it up with a little bit of paint on a brush. But you've got to be careful doing that too, because you can make an eyesore out of that as well. It's got some bloody stone chips in it. All these white dots here, what you see, they're all stone chips. But it definitely has come up. It definitely has come up a lot better. I can definitely work on it a bit more. But yeah, this thing has just absolutely been pelted by rocks. It's amazing that, like, you normally get this when you follow too close behind cars. A lot of these stone chips, like, I mean, or you're passing someone on gravel roads, that's what we'll do it too. But we've got this looking all right. I'll just work on this a bit more. I don't want to go too hard on it though, or anything with it. You can definitely see a bit of a stress mark where it's hit, something's hit it and dragged across it, like that. Like, you know, probably when you've been turning the car, reversing somewhere it's caught on something on this corner piece here, and it's pulled back that way, and it's caught on here. But it hasn't damaged, never damaged any of this or nothing though. Looks of it. But yeah, we'll put some more product on here. Just easy to get it out. And the bottle and just wipe it on here. Then what it is to get it out there. A lot of people who do polishing and that, or professionals, as I've seen myself, with panel beaters and that, they'll have like a squeeze bottle if they're actually, you know, doing a lot of buffing to put the compound in, and they'll just have a squeeze bottle and they'll be wearing a leather apron so you don't get that shit sprayed all over your clothes. Because if you get this over your, you know, if you go to polish this and you've got open grills and stuff and you get this stuff in behind there and you leave this to dry, it's nearly impossible to get off this stuff. I've polished over a bonnet before, it's had grills on it, like it's had like real fine grills in the middle of the bonnet, like, you know how old cars have got them decorative grills and that, like you got your bonnet but you got like cut out square sections and they got small grills running through them. Then some of them got two in the bonnet, some of them got, you know, some cars got none, but some of the old ones that, and whenever you're buffing around areas where you can't get to and you leave that shit to dry, that's where you run into big problems. So just a thing to be careful of when you're doing that. And whenever you have areas like here where you got paint off them already, keep away from them. Any areas that paint's already been off and that, just stay clear of them, because you end up taking more off if you're not careful. I reckon it's come up pretty good, that, for what it was. There is another mark down here I've got to work on. But yeah. And you can't see it now, it's not sticking out of mine. I'll show you what it looks like. Stand back a little bit. I'll give it a little bit more of a working, but not much more, because I don't want to go taking any paint off or anything. But yeah, that's pretty good. All right, after I buffed the bumper, I've just went and waxed the whole car all over the roof. And this is what you want to do. And all you need to do to wipe it off is just get your cloth. Put some elbow grease in, and you'll get a good shine. I have to do the bonnet and the roof pretty quick because the sun's starting to shine on the car You're not supposed to polish vehicles in some. And that's just wax. That just seals your clear coat and stops it from peeling, protects from bird droppings. That because when you get bird droppings on your paintwork, that will eat into it and wreck your Duco. So I thought I'd just throw that part in too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, share, comment. Have a great day.